Holy shit, guys, and we are live. Welcome to the Chain Dogs podcast. Guys, we've got Aaron back. How cool is that?
Hello. Hello.
He's back. Welcome back.
It's nice to be back. I feel wanted. It's nice to feel wanted and needed. And welcome to the podcast.
You're always wanted, dude. You're always wanted.
Yeah.
And yeah, James.
I have no idea why I'm
James,
here.
James is here. Hi, James.
Hi.
I want to say hi, James.
Welcome, James. Welcome.
So fucking rude.
Yeah. Very. I want to start. Yeah. All right, Mikhail, do you want to tell everybody what we've got coming up on the show today?
Indeed, yeah, I can do that. What have we got? We got a laundry list of topics to talk about tonight. We got a lot.
The ultimate podcast.
I don't subscribe to that renaming, but okay. So what we got? We got Alton Towers selling sections of Rita's launch cable on Roller Coaster Day. We can talk about National Roller Coaster Day a little bit as well.
For podcast listeners, Aaron just got very angry and then.
Don't tell them the secrets.
We've got Lightwater Valley's new VR coaster simulator attraction, whatever the hell they want to call it.
Sounded pained.
Top Thrill Dragster's incident. We can go into detail a little bit about that. The really unfortunate incident that happened not too long ago. Universal Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights haunted houses have been revealed. Sesame Place over in Philadelphia has announced maybe the first of many announcements from SeaWorld Entertainment to delay their Big Bird's Tour Bus attraction, which was meant for 2020 to 2022.
What a shame.
Yeah. A possible B&M family invert going to the new Legoland park in Sichuan, China. And and SeaWorld Abu Dhabi, new concept art for the new SeaWorld Abu Dhabi park. That's, if I'm not mistaken, supposed to be opening next year, or is it 2023?
2022.
22, yeah. I know, Joe. You put up a post on. I saw your post on Instagram about that. Had a look myself. It's looking very good. So
it looks really good, and it's going to be a big deal.
For sure.
We can talk more about that later.
We'll get into that as the show progresses. Just a quick one, guys. This show is being put on for anyone who was unaware. We are putting the Chain Dogs podcast on streaming services, Spotify, hopefully iTunes, eventually iTunes, and it is on Google Podcasts as well. Yep. And for anyone who's already over there listening, whenever we do put those out, if you haven't joined us on a Wednesday night at 8 p.m. come join us on YouTube, live on YouTube, live and direct.
Hello.
Come chat some shit with us.
Join us.
You're part of it now.
So just say a quick hello to the chat. We'll say hello to Pleasure Beach Experience, Behemoth, Adrian. We have Coastal Connections. We have Tyler, Emily, Jamie, and Marcus as well in the chat. So hello to everybody who's in the chat. If you are in the chat right now and you do have any questions for any of us, or you just want to bring up a topic to talk about, then go ahead.
Beautiful bastards.
Go for it.
Why, thank you.
What's up, Marcus?
We try.
Taurus. Yeah. Rope. Yeah.
Evening, everyone. Evening.
How's it going?
Evening.
Nice to have you all here.
Evening. Right. So,
should we get into it then?
Should we talk about this rope?
It's not a fucking rope.
Let's get Aaron.
Why the fuck have they called it launch rope?
I'm gutted because I did not get word of this until after they're all sold out. I was working, no one deigned to actually contact me, and that looks beautiful. I would have paid double that. I'd be annoyed. I'd be annoyed if it turned up on a painted red
Aaron,
bit of board.
Aaron,
this is Chain Dogs. I'm going out.
People need context to why you like Rita so much.
But I like Rita. Well, the whole. So you want to go to the whole backstory? The whole point was it probably is. Everyone. I got a bit annoyed with all the hate in the community, and there was so much negativity about it, and it was mainly against Rita. So I thought, you know what, I'm done with this. Everything's got good things about it, and I thought Rita was okay. It's not great. It's okay. So I created a Rita Appreciation Society. And why I like it is because I just think it should be appreciated more. We should appreciate what we've got in this country. It's not great. And when it goes, I'll be happy. But there's no point just
Which is why I buy all the ride parts so they can't keep it going.
After all.
This massive monologue. When it goes, I'll be happy.
I'll be happy.
No, yeah, but that's the point. I will be happy. I will be happy when something else takes place. But there's no point being so negative. It just doesn't do. And it's here. Enjoy it while it's here.
I will just say, it's nowhere near the best coaster at Towers for me. But I will say, I've never had a bad ride on Rita.
But nobody's debating it's
every ride.
No one's saying it's like the best ride. I've never said that.
Never said that. Every ride I've had on it, I've enjoyed. Like it's a good, enjoyable coaster.
Yeah.
Most of the point
of we're gonna get to a blitz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. The thing is, it's fun on the back row. It's a laugh, right? It's a laugh in the back row.
Got that
it's fun.
Right,
it's
yeah.
good. And that's it. Just enjoy it. It lasts like 2 seconds. That's fine. They're just clipping all like the chain bit by bit, aren't they? Selling it off bit by bit now.
The rope. Yeah,
but it's crazy. You say that, Aaron, that you would have paid double for it. It's funny because like this went on sale at midnight of National Roller Coaster Day.
Yeah,
and I saw it for the first time this morning, and it was already sold out. Which means I know they only had 10 of them.
Yeah.
It sold out it still sold out in a day at that price point.
There's enough coaster nerds that'll pay double that price.
Yeah, precisely. They know what they're doing. It's limited edition. They released it on a really cool date, and then of course we're going to pay that, and we'll all moan about it. We're all going to buy it, and they're all sold out. Everyone's moaning about it, but 10 people have bought it.
The thing is, like, it's dedicated to the millionth launch as well, and that's going to grab a coaster nerd's attention straight away anyway. But yeah,
and what we're doing now is that nine of them are getting the red painted board.
Ooh, do tell.
I've just had a thought. That 10 of them plaques isn't going to be the whole cable.
No, it's not.
No,
they're probably going to do another edition of it. They're probably going to do another edition of it.
I hope not. I hope they've done the 10 and that's it. Limited edition. Just, because they know they're going to sell. They know why
Aaron missed out. It's so sour.
That's how you make something special. Anything's only worth as much as you're willing to pay for it.
I agree.
That's it. Right. Yeah. I'm going to buy that duck before it goes. That duck off the roof. I'm paying £2,000 for that. Towers if you're listening, man.
If you ask my Towers guy, they'll probably get it down for you. That's the funny thing. Just need to get
sorry, Doug.
I really want another podcast to start a bidding war. And it just goes back between the two.
Oh my god! Yeah.
I'll bid all of you.
You hear that, Airtime Angels? Get involved.
Duck bidding war.
Yeah, of course they could. They could sell. Sorry, someone just said Alton Towers could sell Brandon bins to enthusiasts, and they would sell out. Of course they would.
Yes,
because that's what we do. That's fine. Yeah.
100%.
And we'll moan about it. We'll buy it.
I mean, there's been. I don't know if you guys have seen Busch Gardens Williamsburg have been selling off old cars from I won't say cars plural, but there's been auctions for Big Bad Wolf, their old Arrow suspended coaster, a car from that for thousands of pounds. I think there was an old Loch Ness car shell as well that's been sold off, and people have been bidding for it and winning it and buying it and stuff. So enthusiasts will really buy anything for the clout. Of course it's quite hilarious.
And the thing is, if it means a lot to you, you get to pay more for it. Rita means something to me because of everything we've done and stuff, and everything the past couple of years, it's meant more for me. But that's the reason why I'd buy it, not because it's a world-class coaster or anything like that, because it means a lot to me, innit? You put value on everything.
Merlin Parks as a rule, though, haven't really sold off ride parts, have they? I mean, obviously we have the Wicker Man wood, but it's very rare that
That's
this
not
actually happens.
yeah,
that's probably
but
why
that's-
everybody's kind of jumping on it for that alone anyway.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
not
like
a
that's
ride part, though,
because-
is it? You know,
I feel like that's because like Blackpool Pleasure Beach have kind of started
they've
selling
done
off
that
old
with
track.
yeah.
Quite a lot of parks are starting to do it now, and Merlin are like,
Like a little pile.
oh,
of
well,
them.
that's a
Look
good
at
thing.
these.
Let's
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, you're right, James. But before that, it was we have socks now. Yeah.
now we're
Buy
cutting
our
up
socks.
Rita slowly and we're selling it on plaques.
Yeah.
So literally, so we don't have to you don't have to like pay for any delivery
Don't
guys.
have
Come
to
and
pay
pick
for
it
the
up
scrappage
and
of it.
take it
Just
away.
take it away over a 5-year period on finance.
We're making
like
money
the
here.
Makers.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a market for it. Imagine
Please
if they
go
sold-
with a spinball. Thank you.
Right. Imagine if
That can
they
go as well.
sold Nemesis stuff.
But the whole Nemesis.
Imagine,
All right.
imagine if they retracked Nemesis like they did with the Hulk, so like for like, and they sold off like some of the.
The
I
old
reckon
track.
they
Oh,
could.
they go
I
like
reckon
that.
they could pay for the retrack by selling the.
I-
track.
Mate,
But
they could
that's the
build
thing.
another coaster with that money.
If they
Yeah.
did that, I wouldn't want
Yeah.
a single rail. I'd want an entire section.
Yeah.
Track section.
Both
Imagine
and
how much that would
the
cost.
and the box. Oh, that'd be so.
Let us
insane.
know in the comments how much you think a track section of Nemesis.
Probably
would
a
cost.
grand.
I would say more.
A grand for like a
3.5.
little
More than
I
that.
want, I
Mate,
want
they
Rita's,
put a basket in a window and sold it for like $3.5 grand. Like,
I want Rita's op pan, the panel when it goes.
A
I
wicker
want that, I
basket.
do.
there it is. You got it.
Yep.
Nice.
Wicker basket.
Yeah. Sean, what do you
Moving
think?
on.
I think, well, Coasterbot just said he's selling track ride parts that profitable long term. And yeah, of course it is. It's going in the bin otherwise, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Basically.
But-
it's money for old rope. It's
You've only got so
money
much.
for old
like-
rope.
Yeah,
It certainly is.
precisely. You can't
Oh,
use it
that's
again, can you?
That's interesting. Oh, yeah, there you go. They should be hoping for a stealth one soon, as it's 860,000 or something currently. Wow.
So they're about that close then to that then.
And he operates stealth,
Mm,
so that's
We all know
knows?
Rita's
Who knows?
better.
Yeah.
Oh, you. Oh,
Someone's
heck?
gone.
this
James has gone.
disclaimer:
Oh.
the views shared by Aaron are of Aaron and
James
Aaron
is
alone.
You brought me here.
right. Let's move on to talk about. Should we talk about Flamingo Land first? Should we leave the ultimate for a little bit longer? And guys, there's 21 people watching right
Wow.
now, which is incredible. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when we go live. We drop clips throughout the
First
week
of all, like the
this
video.
show. Yeah, and like the video as well. We've got 9 likes currently. Let's get that up to 20. Let's get 20 likes this video live. That would be amazing. Really appreciate it. Let's talk about Flamingo Land. First of all, should we start with bad news or with slightly better news?
Start with the bad and go to
Bad
the
or
good.
worse news?
Okay.
I'd say slightly.
There
better.
it is.
Oh, that's bad.
This is their VIP.
I want to know what the
experience.
comments think. I want to know what the comments think. Like, in fact, let me know, right? Would you guys pay £10 to ride Hero? Would you guys pay
I've never ridden
£10
it. No.
to ride a shot tower? Would
I
you
mean, to be
pay
fair, that's-
£10
no.
to ride Mumbo Jumbo? Would you pay £10 to ride Kumali? Now, think about it this way. You've not paid an entrance fee. You're a park that doesn't have an entrance fee. Would you pay £10 to ride these rides? There is one ride there that I certainly would once, and that's Kumali. For me, personally, Kumali is the best ride on the park without a shadow of a doubt. I even think it's going to be better than the new ride, to be fair, whenever that drops. But what do you guys think?
Later.
Right, Joe.
Yes.
Read us through the terms and conditions of this fucked up VIP ride experience that Flamingo Land has put out.
Okay, so basically, I mean, the image is a little bit small for me to read, but I'm going to read it off anyway because
No,
obviously.
you don't need to read the bottom bit. It's in the bottom bit. This
Oh,
is
dude, I can't
number
even see
1
that.
on number 2.
We'll put it this way.
3
Basically,
on number
it's,
4.
it's £50
Let him read
per
it.
person, and effectively, you have to wait 1 hour between your rides. With each ride, if one of the rides you paid for is not available, you do get an extra ride on one of the other 4 rides, obviously by letting the ride staff know that that ride is down. But yeah, waiting an hour between rides minimum. I think that's ridiculous considering the price that you're paying. I think £50 is a little bit over the odds considering where this is actually at. And also the terms and conditions. I mean, you know, that speaks for itself, really, doesn't it?
Let's be honest, it's not the price,
not
is it?
It's
It's the
definitely not
terms and
good.
conditions.
It's
isn't
the
it? Not
fact that you have
price.
to wait an hour
Yeah,
between rides.
that's what
That lets you down.
It's
Definitely.
both. It's both.
Yeah.
Because
It's both.
basically what they're offering here
It is both.
is an ultimate fast track, which Alton Towers have.
Yep.
But they don't have restrictions on how many times you can use it in a day.
Oh no, you could bounce from one to the next.
Yeah.
Have no
Whereas
issues. There's no
this,
waiting out
you're
between.
basically paying for an ultimate fast track, but being told you have to wait an hour. So by the time you've used it the 5 times, it's
Yep.
the end of the day anyway.
Exactly. You spent 5 hours doing the 5 rides that you've got.
Yeah.
And what's
And
a
you-
day
Which you
like?
could probably
And
get
you
on
pay
quicker if
most.
you just queued for them normally anyway.
You would,
Somebody-
it's ridiculous
somebody at
because
a-
you would.
Not like no. It will be quicker to just
Yes.
queue up in the normal queue lines because not every queue line is going to be an hour long.
Nah, they can't guarantee that.
Look,
It's
are they-
it's all but guaranteed to be quicker. And look what Pleasure Beach Experience just put in the chat, by the way. Pleasure
yeah.
Beach is 50 for VIP Speedy Pass.
Wow. So
Think about how many rides that you're going to get during a day for VIP Speedy Pass. On top of that, not having to wait at least an hour before
would
using it
definitely.
every time.
I didn't know that.
Think about
That's
the value.
very-
Think about the value for money for that.
Yeah.
For Pleasure Beach versus the lack thereof value for money
you know,
in,
Let's
the,
just-
in the
Summed up
let's
by
just be
Adrian.
honest.
I'm sorry, you would have to pay me £10 to ride Hero.
Let's just be honest, right?
you
At this
get
point,
chiropractor
at
for
this
less.
point,
Go and see them. Don't ride Hero.
don't do
Seriously.
that. At this point,
Don't break
Flamingo
your
Land,
back. It's not
they're putting
worth it.
ideas on a board and
These
throwing
rides are
darts.
perfectly
aren't they?
safe.
Yeah, you're right, Aaron. They are. They literally are. Like the coasters
Yeah.
sat there.
That's what they're
they
doing.
are. They are pouring cement though. At the moment, they are doing
Jeez.
some work. So you can
The
see
world's
that between-
most expensive coaster for doing nothing, and what they're doing with it. It costs them way too much, and now
Yeah.
they're just going, "Yeah, we're never gonna. Let's do this. Do some out. Let's do this.
Yeah,
Let's just
that's
pull up the
thing, that-
weeds."
that they're not even saying anything. We're just seeing images of what they're doing with little snippets of information
Yeah.
from someone who's spoken to somebody whose cousin who's a mechanic who's whatever. Effectively,
From someone who's
that's what
spoken
we're
to
hearing.
Pablo, basically.
And that's kind of where we're at with that one. Now we have seen them pouring cement, so obviously that's really positive. And as far as we're aware, they
How
are working
is
on the
it?
site and the landscaping. But
I like
with
your
regards to
idea
the
of
right, who
positivity,
knows?
though.
Who knows what's going to happen?
They're pouring some cement. This is
I'm-
positive
I'm-
news.
I want to be positive, but I'm failing at this point. It's been far too long now. It really
Sorry.
has. You need to
I
open
just
the
love
ride.
Jamie's comment. Can the TripAdvisor's reviews get any worse? I have had great enjoyment reading through.
Oh my God.
TripAdvisor.
No. Right, we have a video idea over at CoasterGen, quick plug, that we're going to go through some reviews on TripAdvisor, and James is going to read them out. The way he reads them is gold, honestly. Absolute fucking gold. You're going to love it. Honestly, it's amazing.
I can imagine.
I'll be
Off
watching.
season, that shit's going to drop on the channel. It's going to be so like out there. It's going to be crazy. Anyway,
I can imagine his voice with his dry humor like that.
Yeah.
No, I'm queuing that video up immediately as soon as it.
Likewise.
All right.
I think we
so
spent
from-
about an hour going through somebody.
So
Hilarious.
just before we go
Yeah.
any further, Sean is currently away at the moment. We just wanted to make it clear that his
He was on holiday, joined
Yeah,
us
yeah.
from.
Yeah, he's tried his best to join us, but his internet is a bit in and out at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So if he
Bear
comes
with us.
back, he comes back. If he doesn't, he doesn't. It's fine. We'll crack on. But I mean, interact with us in the chat, Sean, and we can do it that way. If
for sure.
Yeah,
It's all good. It's all good. But
Right.
yeah,
So from bad news, should we go
on-
to some positive, or do you want to carry on the VIP?
Yes, please. I'd love
No, let's-
positive.
I mean,
Let's-
Joe has something to tell us all from Flamingo Land.
Is there more cement?
So basically, yeah.
Awesome.
One of our team members, Craig, also owns a page called Flamingo Pics. If you haven't seen it, do go check it out. His photography is amazing. That aside, he's been up at the resort today, or has been for the last couple of days.
Is it this page?
That's the one. Yep, that's the
Go
one.
follow it on Facebook, guys. Go give it a like.
There you go.
Flamingo
If I know what I'm
Basically,
doing.
from what Craig has told me, he's been talking to one of the mechanics who was actually working on Flip Flop itself. Now, Craig does work with the park, has done for a number of years. And what he's basically been told by this mechanic is that they are actually looking at prepping the Flip Flop and repairing it in view of actually reopening the ride. Now, as far as we were aware, this ride was closed, and as far as we were aware, it was getting sold. So, I mean, this is amazing news. Flip Flop is a fantastic ride. It's very forceful. And yeah, if you're going to be up there, obviously, you know, when it does open up, then definitely go check it out for yourselves. I'll keep you up to date on what's going on there. But yeah, great news, really great news. So
I do hope this thing stays, because I am intrigued to have a go on it.
It's so good. Seriously, it's so good.
Yeah, I haven't ridden it either, because when I went, it was
you haven't. So yeah, we'll have a trip up when it does.
Yeah, definitely. I won't be going to Flamingo Land until that coaster opens, so like I don't blame
you. You have no reason. I have no reason to go back. But
no. As good as a bakery is.
I agree with Sean. I would like more flamingos as well.
Sean has just put in the chat, not enough pics of flamingos.
0 out of 10. Not enough flamingos.
Yeah. Let down.
Too many flip-flops.
Not enough flamingos, too many flip-flops. Yeah.
Not enough splish.
Top Taurus. I'm enjoying how Joe says flip-flop.
Why?
Flip-flop?
Flip-flop.
James, stop flexing with your aircon, you ass. Right.
I was turning it off. I got too cold.
Oh, what?
Oh, what fucking first problems to have.
Yeah,
first world problems, yeah.
Christ, that is an issue. Sat there in your secret labs chair. I'll turn my aircon off.
In your secret labs chair.
I'm sat here on a box.
I want one of those so bad.
Aaron sat on a makeshift table. And we know what happened last time.
I can see it bouncing now. What are you doing?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeet.
Anyway,
right.
shall we move?
Do you know more about this than more of us? I've not really looked into this at all. This next subject, which is obviously Thrill Dragster.
No. I was gonna go on to Lightwater Valley's.
I want to save it.
Yeah, but we've got the UK section.
All right, okay, there it is.
I mean,
a fucking idea in the history of theme parks in the UK. It is absolutely ridiculous.
So basically, they've taken one of them pop-up fucking booths that you get in the middle of a shopping mall, where you sit in an egg wearing a VR headset, basically watching No Limits coaster.
Yeah, and there's no. Whoa! Don't give it too much credit. It ain't fucking No Limits.
It's not like No Limits.
RCT 1, but you can ride the coaster. It's more like Theme Park World on the PlayStation. It's not.
It's not good. It's not good.
And they're expecting you to pay for this as well.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's an upcharge. It's an upcharge.
I've seen these at the London Dungeon at the end of that, and all over the place, and they're just cheap, tacky. You sit in a little egg. I don't know why. Just why.
I just want to say one thing. I have one point to make about this.
Just one.
If you go on one main one. If you go on the actual web page, it says, and I quote, because I'm looking at it right now. It says, enjoy the thrill of a gigantic roller coaster in locations only possible to ride through VR. Choose from Miami, London, and Lightwater Valley itself and experience an all-immersive ride. There are no theme parks in Miami, to my knowledge. So what coaster in Miami are they?
No. What I think... Wait, let me get it up, because the way you read it out makes it sound like...
I read it word for word.
Machine in an arcade.
Look at Sean's comment. That's brilliant. Sean's comment.
Take a ride on one of our new virtual reality roller coaster experiences. Enjoy the thrill of a gigantic roller coaster. So it's one that they've specifically made for this experience, and they can just change the backdrop it's in. You're either on a beach in Miami, the middle of London, or in a field.
Everyone's going to pay this money, and it's going to be Rita.
Could you imagine if it's actually Rita? And it changes the green screen. It changes the green screen.
Welcome to the best roller coaster experience of your life. Thank you for the £10. Go!
The thing is though.
James is out.
I can do that as well.
Yeah, I have a chair which can rock backwards and forwards, and I have a VR headset. There you go. That's the ride done.
Yeah, I can get a better roller coaster experience at the 4DX cinema.
I was literally about to say, get a better experience doing that with a headset on a chair.
Sean said hero.
Riding Hero. I would rather ride
Miami. See? Roller coaster.
You carry on doing that, you'll be in an NL2 round.
It's gonna go.
Go.
Oh my god!
What a shit decision! Let us know in the comments what you think.
Also, just think about this. Think about this. This coaster goes through Miami, Florida, and then just transitions to some field in North Yorkshire.
No.
What if it's a joke? I
think you do the entire ride in the location you pick.
What if it's the ultimate? It's just a joke.
You know what? This is my bugbear.
That'd be even more depressing, to be honest.
Called it the ultimate VR coaster when they've got the ultimate, which is a mile and a half long, sat in a field. SBNO.
Aaron, let him go. Let him go. Aaron, let him go. Go on, Joe. Go on, Joe. It's your time.
Fix the fucking ride. Reopen it. And let people ride that. Don't put people in a goddamn egg for £5 extra and expect them to do that instead and call it the ultimate. It's ridiculous. And I'm sorry, but this is a park I've grown up going to as a child. The ultimate was my first major coaster that I got on. And to see that thing sat there in the state it's probably in right now, and them saying, well, it's all right, go sit in an egg instead. It's fucking ridiculous.
The amount the ultimate has cost Lightwater Valley, and these new owners are not going to do fuck all with it. It's sad. It's so sad. It's ridiculous. It's a bad business decision.
It makes me so angry. It really does.
They have close to probably 15,000 followers on Twitter, and I've seen every single comment was negative towards this. They all said the same thing. So it's not everyone that is wrong. It's you. It's Lightwater Valley. It's the people making this decision. Change it. Yeah. Open the ultimate, or tell us when you're going to fucking open it, or if you're going to shut it forever. Because it's just pissing people off. You're pissing the general public off. You're pissing enthusiasts off, and you're pissing the industry off. We've got a coaster in the UK that people will come to fucking ride if you open it. So open
not just from the UK, but from worldwide.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. We have a coaster here that people will specifically come to ride on a cred hunt. If you're coming to the UK, you're going to do Nemesis, you're going to get down to Fort Park, you're going to do Oblivion, you're going to do all Smiler, especially the Smiler. And you're going to try and get the ultimate. Someone who comes over here is going to try and ride it. Same with the big one. It's a massive cred.
Yep.
And it's just so annoying. Yep. Change it, please. And sort your social fucking media out. Honestly, it's pathetic.
It's another company.
It goes back to the point that has been made multiple times by people in the community, in the industry, about communication from parks.
Yeah.
Communication has to be the argument has been made about, well, parks don't have to communicate to its customers like parks are businesses. No, parks are in a unique situation where they're offering a service to guests who they're taking money from, which means it doesn't necessarily contribute directly to revenue or income or anything like that. But you're taking people's money and offering a service of ride entertainment, of leisure, of a high standard, of very unique entertainment that you can't find anywhere else in any other form of leisure. Not a shopping mall, not a cinema, not a swimming pool, whatever. And if you're still willingly taking these people's money without offering the things that they're expecting of you, without communicating to them, all you're doing is doing your guests and whatever return guests you might still get a disservice. It goes right back to and we'll get into this in a little bit as well about SeaWorld Entertainment just not communicating the opening of their coasters at SeaWorld Orlando, at Busch Gardens Tampa, at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, at SeaWorld San Diego. Everyone's stuck in limbo because they don't know when these rides are going to open. Yeah. And not only that, they've paid money for season passes because of the promise of not only getting to ride these rides, but having, quote unquote, VIP access. because they're now season pass holders, because they've been roped in by the marketing of these season passes. And
Indeed.
now for these guys to be sitting here not being able to ride these rides, which is the sole reason, which goes back to your point, Luke, people are coming to these parks because of these new additions.
Absolutely.
These rides are the sole reasons why they've purchased these passes. They're not getting any sort of communication from the parks about whether they're going to open and stuff. It's poor. It's just poor customer service. It's poor customer service, and it's illustrated a lot in corporate owned parks and not independent parks that have their finger on people perceive them to have their finger on the pulse a little bit more, and in terms of the communication. But in this case, we've got the likes of the smaller parks of the Lightwaters and the Flamingo Lands also establishing this really poor communication to its people. Like, how are you supposed to get back return visitors with such disregard of communicating with the people that you're trying to get back?
Exactly.
It's just poor. It takes so little effort. It takes so little effort to just communicate. Like, you don't have to put out a massive marketing push to communicate.
Just a quick update and just let
the unfortunate event of a ride being closed or the unfortunate event of a ride being delayed. It's literally just honest communication through, like you said, Luke, a social media post, emails to your season pass holders, whatever, however you do it. It's damn near effortless to just make sure that level of honest communication is there.
Yeah,
and it seems like parks can't do it.
But you're only going to exist if people come through the door, and if you get repeat custom. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the end of the day. That's it. And if they don't, they're not going to be here very long. So
yeah,
they'll go elsewhere. There's plenty of other options. They'll go there.
I think they need to make a decision: either open the Ultimate or close it for good. You don't just leave it there and do nothing with it. Make a decision. Make a decision and see if you're going to be around for a long time. So you're not.
And make the decision and listen to the feedback. Like, I feel like they're just kind of not saying anything and they're not listening to feedback. I would love to see surveys from Lightwater Valley and Flamingo Land, the reviews that I've seen.
Sean said something in the chat that is really cognizant of it. He did mention it. I remember when he mentioned it on a previous podcast. He was nervous about the inexperience of the new owners, and this proves it. Calling it the Ultimate just shows they have no idea, and it really does, because calling it the Ultimate VR coaster, when I'm sorry, right?
It's like a slap in the face.
Exactly. It's like a slap in the parks know what their guests are saying. If you don't, you probably shouldn't be in a higher up position at a park. Parks know what their guests are saying. They're paid to know what their guests are saying. They know how many people want the Ultimate open. To call it the Ultimate VR coaster is, like you said, Joe, it's just a slap in the face.
It is plain
It's a complete slap in the face.
Really,
it shouldn't even be have anything on social media about this. This should just be something where you turn up and it's just there. Like you wouldn't put all your arcade machines on, would you? Or make a big deal about it. But this is exactly the same.
It's just it's stupid. And I mean, we're not talking about, like, I think the Iron Gwazi and the Pantheon and stuff like that. It's a much bigger deal than the Ultimate being closed. Now, I get that. I understand that. They are new coasters. Nobody's ridden them yet, apart from a select members of staff and people. The Ultimate is something that, like Joe said, is dear to people's hearts. It's something that the way the big one takes people, in an experience. It's a staple coaster in the UK. It doesn't matter how rough it is, how bad it is, but it was the longest coaster in the world. And
I mean, also,
it was a big thing for Lightwater Valley to have that. And that's why they spent millions and millions and millions
for the UK to have it.
Yeah,
and let me just put this in perspective. You know, the rides themselves. I mean, the Ultimate to me represents more than just a coaster. It's a point in time where I've spent many a happy time with my father on a road very, very close to the rear of it. Sat eating my lunch when I was allowed to go to work with him for days because he worked in North Yorkshire, so he was out and about on the roads. We would buy a sandwich from a local bakery or wherever sandwich shop. We'd go sit on this road behind the Ultimate, and I would watch it go by on that second lift hill, going down with people on it while I sat eating a sandwich. Those memories, you know, to know that this ride is now sat there in the state it's in, make me very sad. It really does. And this is what I mean. It represents a lot more to a lot of people than just a ride. So it does. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier, isn't it?
And there's more of those kind of stories than you think as well.
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
Different kinds of iconic coasters all over the world. There's more of those stories than you think.
Exactly.
Coasterbot said in the chat. Coasterbot said in the chat, for the SeaWorld stuff, what can parks say though? Oh, lol, we're not opening Iron Gwazi because the park. That's a whole different issue that I will not get into right now. But like, you are right. But at the same time, like the reason for that is very convoluted, and I don't want to be angry tonight.
I love this one from Behemoth. I managed to ride a roller coaster that was all dirt when Iron Gwazi was testing before Iron Gwazi is opened. They hadn't broke ground. It was just dirt.
Yep.
The ride is open.
Let's get angry. Let's get angry.
We just did. Like
let's get ready to rumble.
Has pissed me off to no end. Like, I just don't get it. I don't understand who is making that decision to call it the ultimate experience. It's like, they've got a coaster there called the ultimate.
People who aren't theme park minded
together. Yeah. And
it's like they don't even know what they got. They don't know.
They don't know what people's
opinions. They don't know anything about the actual history of the place or what people are saying. And there's just someone making up this.
Do you know who I feel sorry for, guys? Do you know who I feel sorry for in all this? Is the staff at Lightwater Valley
that have to bear the backlash of it.
Like the operators, the people in catering, the people who are just on the turnstiles, the people, the maintenance.
That's another like, as an ex ride hop. Like that shit pisses me off almost more than anything as well. Is the fact that these decisions come from higher ups.
And nobody knows.
And then the customer-facing team members are the ones that have to take the backlash for it.
Mm-hmm.
I said that in another conversation on Twitter. That immediate backlash from guests goes right to the write-ups.
Customer-facing,
goes right to the culinary staff. Goes right to the maintenance team. Goes right to the admissions team. It doesn't like guests have to put in effort for that backlash to reach the higher ups.
Yes.
They have to go through the customer facing employees first. And that's bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
It's 100%. Absolute bullshit. It kind of makes sense because like they have to communicate through them to get up to the higher ups in the first place. But they're getting the full brunt of that anger first.
Yeah, they are.
Yep. And that's bullshit.
Quite often.
And parks don't do enough to protect their. Sorry to cut you off, James. Parks don't do enough to protect their team members against that. And
quite often the people that are facing the brunt of kind of customer backlash as well were made aware of the decisions that are made by the customer.
They
don't even know anything. They end up getting someone shouting in their face, and they're like, I actually don't know.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's
lazy. It's lazy.
It's just such bad decision making. Like, there's no thought got into it. It just shows a lack of thought or any kind of process or any actual future plan for them to do something like that and put this out there and do this and go, this is it. This is fine. This is acceptable. They should be embarrassed because it's showing that they have not got a plan for that place by doing something like that. Not a future plan, not to keep that place open. It's showing a lack of actual planning and thought process, and that's scary for the future.
They've literally just looked at it and said, "Oh, look, a theme park. Look, a theme park. Should we go buy it? Yeah, fuck it. Let's go buy it. Let's add it to our portfolio." What should we do with it? Oh, fuck. Well, let's stick an egg in there and call it the ultimate ride experience. Yeah, that's going to work, isn't it? That's really not going to work. But
that was the Zoom call. That legit was the team's call. That
more than likely the case. Yeah.
It's embarrassing. It's like they're paying people to come up with these ideas, and as well that's the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
This has probably gone through layers of different people as well to get to the top. To go, yeah, that's fine. Let's keep signing this off. Sorry,
oh dear.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move.
We're not saying just quickly though on the staff point. We're not saying the people who work at Lightwater Valley who have transitioned into this new company who've been there for years and years and years and years, and the maintenance people who've been there for years and years and years. We're not saying they're making the bad decisions. We're saying that the people who own the fucking company
they never make those decisions.
No,
but like Mikhail said, the unfortunate thing is it's the customer-facing people will get the brunt of it. The people that have no
I just wanted to make that clear because we did go off pretty much on Lightwater Valley, but we're not saying the staff at Lightwater Valley and the people who are pressing post on Twitter and Facebook. It's not that. It's what they're being told to do.
Yep.
So just
it's the higher management.
Yep.
And if you are higher management listening to this, then this is aimed at you.
Yeah, legit, it is. Right. And if you need advice, fucking just watch an expedition theme park fucking video and you'll learn all about it.
You want to run apart? Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, should we hop across the pond and
across the pond.
Talk about what happened over at Cedar Point?
Yeah, let's move on. Before we do, let's just stay on our side of the Atlantic for a little bit longer. Okay. We want to give a massive shout out to Airtime Angels.
Oh yes.
Yep, absolutely.
That launched their new podcast earlier this week. Was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember which day.
National Roller Coaster Day.
It was on Roller Coaster Day. It was on Roller Coaster Day.
Yep.
Airtime Angels, an all-female led podcast. Now all-female led theme park related podcast.
UK theme park infused.
UK theme park related podcast. I haven't seen. Pardon my ignorance if I forget anybody here, but I haven't seen this in the podcast game yet, and I think it's dope. I think it's awesome. It consists of Emily, Tash, Tyler, and Lou. I think three of whom were affiliated with the Merlin Mavericks. Was it?
Yeah.
Beforehand, they've joined together, and they are, launching an all-female theme park related UK theme park podcast.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great thing. I think
I can't wait to get the insight from the girls on how they see things a little bit differently and stuff. It's going to be so cool. And everyone who's involved in that project already, from the logo and the artwork and everyone who's involved with that is so creative.
Very nicely done.
Yeah. So it's nice. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait. And hopefully we can get them on here at some point and talk to them and
have a chat about it.
Time.
Tyler's just a message in the chat there from the podcast.
Yeah, shout out Tyler. She's listening in.
Yeah.
Always happy to support you guys. You guys are awesome. I hope it takes off.
We do.
It will take off. It will take off.
It will.
Because you guys are sick.
And I do believe as well people. It's going to be on YouTube, Spotify, and across all platforms as well.
YouTube.
Which I've heard. So that's cool. So check it out.
Yeah. check it out, guys.
All right.
So now should we hop on that plane?
Let's hop on that proverbial plane because apparently we can't do it in real life. Anyway,
you guys are using a plane. I want to go on a boat.
Wow. All right. We'll see you next week.
Can I walk?
We'll see you next month. We'll see you when you arrive next month then.
I'm going for a swim.
Yeah. So
Rita's never done this. Let's put that out there.
Oh God, let's not.
There's always
not
a
do that.
The similarity of these rides, this ride and Rita is literally intimate. That's it.
For those that are listening and don't have the benefit of what's on screen at the moment, there's currently a photo of Thrill Dragster.
Yes,
there was. There is now.
there is again. For anyone who didn't see, it seems like a small metal object fell off one of the trains on top Thrill Dragster as it was, to quote the article I'm reading, as it was ending its run. So I'm guessing somewhere from maybe the pullout of the drop and the break run. I think it hit it hit a female guest who was waiting in line for the ride. So yeah, it must have been somewhere around like near or on the break run. And yeah, it was a very unfortunate incident. The guest had to be taken to hospital. According to the article that I'm reading, the park's EMS team and Sandusky Fire Department responded immediately, and the guest was taken to hospital for medical care. And I think I saw another update on Twitter that said she'd been taken to another facility and is in a stable, but just in a condition at the moment. So it's obviously a horrible thing to happen. You wouldn't want to wish that on anybody at any park, but or in any situation. So we give our thoughts and prayers to her and hope that she's able to make a full recovery. And credit to the first responders for getting there as quickly as they possibly could. We don't want we don't want it to happen to anybody or any park or any ride, but you kind of escape reality sometimes.
Ouch. I've heard that a large disc-looking object from a few of people and a few of the sites. That's what Behemoth has said. I've heard that as well, that it was a disc object. So we don't want to speculate what it was or what it could be.
I know. I know nothing. So I know nothing about like what the object could have been. So I'm not gonna touch on that. But just whatever it was, it's super unfortunate.
Yeah. Right. So let's stay on the side of the pond and let's talk about Halloween Horror Nights. I mean, these houses, bro.
Honestly, the Haunting of Hill House should be awesome.
I'm so gutted I can't get it.
I've not actually watched it, but I've heard that the series is like crazy,
so
fucking scary.
The lineup, honestly, the lineup. I wish I could get there. Honestly, and they're bringing back other icons from different years, aren't they? One of the mazes, I believe. I really want to experience that. Jack. Jack. And you probably never get to experience it again after this year. So I'm just gutted I can't make it. It's something I really want to do.
Do you think that Universal will be like, a lot of people haven't got to experience this from last year and maybe run it again? Like,
I hope so. Yeah.
With that in mind, like there's people from all over Europe and the UK that have not been able to get out there, and we must be a big part of their business because the amount of people that go over just for that event itself. And it's
the best. It's the best Halloween event or scare attraction in the whole world. It's like the place to be, isn't it?
I've heard,
certainly the most popular.
Yeah, but looking at it, I think it's like the attraction.
It does seem that way. My thing with Halloween Horror Nights is always the haunted houses always look super elaborate and super intense, but the scare zones at that place, my god, the scare zones are like some of the best that anyone who's listened to me long enough on either Chain Dogs or on Coaster Gen show knows I'm not very experienced in Halloween events at all. Like these guys are all have a wealth of experience compared to me.
That's going to change this year. That's going to change. I'll tell you that now.
Yeah. But
I'm gonna scare you. I'm gonna.
The scare zones at Halloween Horror Nights just look so well done. It's
the houses, the zones, the overall theming. It's the food related to the event.
Yeah,
it's like they've got everything down at Universal Halloween Horror Nights. Everything down, and look at that lineup. It's just crazy.
The lineup looks amazing. Apparently, the Revenge of the Tooth Fairy is really creepy. And yeah, I love how they're doing an Icons one, because this is the 30th anniversary of the Halloween Horror Nights event now, isn't it? So
the Icons one's going to be ace, mate.
That's
honestly.
I remember when I did so of the very few Halloween events that I've done, Howler Scream at Busch Gardens Williamsburg in 2018. It was its 20th anniversary, and they did a vault maze, which had a lot of past characters brought back from past years, probably in the same vein as HHN Icons, and it was easily the best maze there, easily. Yeah. For one thing, it had the most axes, so the most jump scares, but just the way each room was done, the way the scares like coordinated with each other, it was good. It was really good, and I can only imagine that this one's going to be,
amazing.
10
for me, it's not just like you've got Jack. It's like got to be one of the most iconic icons, but all the icons from the beginning as well. The early icons for the event. Just to see them in a maze would be phenomenal. I just gutted I can't get out there.
Just got to bring that back next year.
Yeah,
sorry.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the one I really want to go and do, because I've always wanted to do a scare maze around. It's like one of my favorite films ever, the original, and that's what it looks like it's based on. So I'm so gutted I can't get over there.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think it's just. I'm so concerned about my holiday in June to Florida. Like I don't know. I'm on the fence at the moment. I really am. But I hope that this time, the Halloween next year, like I was saying to Aaron, I really hope that they put on a big show for the world. Like they're putting on a big show right now for Florida and the United States, and whoever can go. But to put on a show for the world, like Europe and the UK, and for everyone, when we can all get back there, I think it's going to be even better next year. I've got a vibe about it that it just feels like it's going to be bigger. It's just going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
This show will be that, and then next show will just be.
Yeah, I think this could be the start of their idea of let's bring back some iconic characters that drag people in, that put asses on seats, that bring people in, and then it's gonna next year it's just gonna be like a whole different ball game.
I'll be there next year. Make that happen.
I want to go to all the HHN events like one year. Just go to all of them in the same year. That would be phenomenal.
That would be a trip.
Not to the US, but the Japan one, and they look all.
I was just about to say. I think I saw earlier today that it's returning to Universal Studios Japan this year.
And
as
to be fair, that is underrated because everyone looks at the two in the US, but that's so underrated for the shows they put on. The shows look phenomenal. That's another thing they do. They do live shows and stuff as well, don't they? As well as all the scare zones, the houses, the overall the food related to the event. The whole shebang. They just go on that level. It's awesome.
Yeah.
We wish we had something like that over here because I love Scarefest and all that on Friday nights and the different scare attractions, but there's nothing like that. That level, of attention to detail. There's nothing like that here.
No. Really isn't.
I think there's the individual scare mazes do, like the actual scare events, like Scare Kingdom. I'm not saying it's on the level of Universal.
No,
But if you go into their mazes, they are stunning. Like the actual mazes themselves. That's the closest you're going to get, I think, to that style.
It's one of the independent ones, rather than.
I love Howler Scream, your maze. Sorry, I love that place. Absolutely adore that place. But it's not on that level, is it? But it's really good though. I love them. Love all the events, and I wish I can get to a lot of them this year. Hopefully, I can. I'm just happy we get any scare mazes.
Marcus from Thrill Riders put in the chat. Where was it? He mentioned Tully's as well, and and
big one.
Obviously I haven't been to Tully's, but just the one thing I always think of when I think of Tully's now, I know it's a newer maze, but Wastelands. Yeah, the Wastelands maze at Tully's looks ridiculous. How it's like at one point, are you not in the middle of like the whole penitentiary and everything's just happening around you like 360 degrees. That looks it's
like an arena. So you go into there, and then I think you enter in the maze. The first time I'm going is going to be this year.
Yeah,
but it looks insane. It looks so good.
Yeah,
we've got to get out to them all.
Yeah,
I need a lottery win. That's what I need.
I need more holidays.
Yeah, I'm setting up a GoFundMe if everyone wants to put money in Aaron's October fund. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Is Marcus joining us for the big Blackpool bonanza happening this weekend?
Oh yeah, man! It's gonna be
okay.
This weekend.
Okay,
yeah, he's gonna be there. There's gonna be a lot of people. Harry Coasterbot and Zoe come in as well.
Yeah.
We got.
I almost wasn't coming, but I made it work, and now I'm there.
Oh yeah,
I really want to go.
I remember the issue that you had.
I really want to go, but I just can't now. So it's like so shit.
I'm working.
It is.
Yeah.
Wait, is it Saturday?
Saturday. One out for Luke, man.
We'll be there beginning of September.
But I'll be there in Seoul. You know,
in spirit. We'll have a drink for Luke. We'll have a drink for you, Luke. For sure.
We'll sit one out. We'll sit one out on a.
Just I know how much.
I ain't going out.
Yeah, the drink that you have to have for me, by the way, is the strongest shot they have.
So what's happening this weekend?
10 of them.
I think it's just a massive coincidence. It's a massive coincidence that everyone just seems to be at Blackpool this weekend. It's not been organised or anything like that. It's every time I speak to someone, they're like, yeah, I'm there. 2020.
It's so funny because it just all stemmed from
our chat, actually, wasn't it?
It was Emily from now Airtime Angels. Emily put something on Twitter saying, thinking about Tats and Coasters on Twitter and Instagram. Was just like trying to organize a Blackpool trip. Wasn't she? Did she?
Yeah,
did she part of the idea for the 21st, or did that come from someone else?
I think the big thread started from it, but I think it's just a coincidence that there's other people, because originally it was going to be like, okay, it's a chain. Well, a few of us here, we said we'd go along to it and organise that. But then it just seems like I don't know if other people saw that or it's just a massive coincidence. But yeah, there's just loads of different people going, and yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm going to try not to just stick to drinking all day. I'm going to try and get on more stuff like last time. Like I literally was just like, have a couple of pints, go on a ride, have 5 pints, go on a few rides. So yeah,
end up in the bin.
I'm going to try. But then in a couple of weeks' time, we've got Pleasure Beach Experience.
Yeah,
man.
I'll be there.
Yes, that's going to be really cool as well.
I wish I was.
I wish I was going to that one. I wish I was.
We got extra ride time. We can go check out Icon's maintenance shed, which is going to be sick. Get to walk the PBE Express.
PBE.
No, Pleasure Beach Express.
Yeah. So Pleasure Beach Experience Express. You
might
as well start every vlog off on the train. It's like, oh, here we go. Let's go.
Do you know what I'd love to do at that place? I'd love to
walk the ghost train.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's phenomenal.
Vlogger.
Original, just to see the original like scares and stuff. Oh, it'd be phenomenal that will if I could do that. But I'm looking forward to seeing that behind Icons like shed and stuff. That's
the thing with Pleasure Beach. They do listen to their fans and they do really they do take a lot of feedback in. So if enough people are like, we want to do this walk around, mate, they'll sell you £50.
They're in the chat, so Ghost Train, thank you.
Top Thrill Tourist put something on Twitter. Well, I saw from them today a video of Icon's transfer track. I didn't realize it was like the exit platform that moved with the track into the transfer track.
It
takes you cool. That's super
cool. By surprise the first time you see that, doesn't it?
The thing that I find funny,
it's the entire load platform that just moves to the right.
I find it funny if you're like sat waiting and they're just adding a train, and you're sat on the brakes behind where they're adding the train. You just see your bags just go, just move on. Because it's the entire baggage hold as well goes with it. So you're like,
or if you're in the air gates and you don't know what's going on, and you just happen to turn around at the right moment, you just see the track on the wall just moving away from you.
Yeah, it's like shit. It's Optimus Prime on its way.
I shouldn't have had them 5 pints.
I always wish that they had like a fake bag in the baggage hold. You know, like a book that you just go like that.
Oh yeah.
That was so cool.
That just pulls down and it just goes. Icon bag.
Yeah. A vault sealed.
14 centuries.
Yeah.
That's great.
Sorry from shouting, by the way. I'm trying to make sure my mic picks me up. I'm like,
it's fine. Stop worrying about it, bro. Stop worrying. Honestly,
it's fine.
Honestly, it's fine.
I'm a warrior.
I know you're a perfectionist, and that's that's who you are. Right.
That's why we love you.
So for some reason, but you wanted to talk about this, Mikhail, right? The Big Bird thing.
Oh yes, Sesame Place.
Sesame Place.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He was desperate to talk about this.
I'm sorry. In what context does just the words "Big Bird" not sound funny? that's just a funny phrase.
He still terrifies me.
And then when you add Big Bird's tour bus,
yeah, like Aaron's Scarefest tour. Like,
don't get in the bus. Don't get in the bus.
Do you know what it sounds like? It sounds like what how do I phrase this? Middle-aged woman would call her hen do.
Big Bird's tour bus. Yeah, that works.
It's what you see in Blackpool most days.
All
right, love. You'll see Tower and
get that right. Like Northern as well. They have to be.
Yeah.
Big Bird's tour bus. That, I mean.
Yorkshire Hour. Yorkshire.
Oh, Lancashire Hour. Lancashire Hour, even.
Lancashire, lad. Say it right. Lancashire. Yeah.
Lancashire.
What?
Don't speak about them.
So, the reason
goes round.
The reason I put the reason I put this in the lineup is because for anyone that doesn't know, Sesame Place in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is like a children's park, a children's and family park owned by SeaWorld Entertainment, the same company that owns Busch Gardens and SeaWorld at the moment. And in the theme of, poorly communicated ride delays and rides not opening and stuff, there is
a narrative to this podcast, isn't there? All
they've gone and announced, I think it was yesterday, that their originally planned for 2020 attraction called Big Bird's Tour Bus is now being delayed until April 2022. And it carries on the theme of SeaWorld Entertainment, not communicating anything about their ride delays and stuff. And the Twitter account that said something about this, which made me curious about it, was BGW Fans. I follow them. They're a great Twitter account to follow for Busch Gardens Williamsburg Ride Edition updates and just Busch Gardens Williamsburg updates in general. That's at BGW Fans on Twitter. They said, "Is this the first domino to fall? Meaning, are we about to see more announcements from SeaWorld Entertainment and its individual parks about their rides being delayed until April 2020? Well, not until April 2022, but like until 2022. I'm thinking it will be, because there's been rumors going around about Busch Gardens Tampa is about to put out an announcement, some kind of announcement related to Iron Gwazi sometime soon. I don't know anything about if Busch Williamsburg is going to say anything about Pantheon or SeaWorld San Diego about Emperor, but I have heard that this is like rumors going around that we might be hearing something about Iron Gwazi pretty soon. It's kind of just like I suppose just a little too late. Like people are, people are jaded in their thoughts about these new additions for Seas now. A lot of people are saying that then they're not going to go back to Seas owned parks until they open these new rides, which is understandable. Yeah. Considering they were sold on season passes, exactly. The marketing directed focus directly on these new additions, and yeah, so like, is this the first of a few announcements we'll see over the coming weeks and months? I suppose we'll see. Jamie just said, didn't their newly appointed CEO leave a few days ago? It was their COO, their Chief Operating Officer, Tom Ivan.
No, I think the CEO has also resigned.
Oh, the CEO as well?
Everyone's eating themselves out.
No, the CEO was last year. But that CEO was only in the role for 5 months last year. So
and
the CEO last year and now the
COO who's just left wasn't even there for 2 months. The COO that just left the other day, like the other week, hadn't even been in a position for 2 months yet. So
it says a lot there, that doesn't it? Obviously management is it. When you see people leaving like so soon and stuff, to me,
there is something very very turbulent going on at SeaWorld Entertainment at the moment in terms of
it could just be like
in terms of the higher ups personnel.
I wouldn't say toxic, but maybe just like not a nice environment, like quite mismanaged. It seems like no one really knows.
Maybe him leaving in 5 months is like he came in with ideas that didn't work, and they were just like, "No, we're not going to do that at all."
No one listened to him, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I suppose there's no point at that point, is there, carrying on then?
Not at all. No, especially at that high level.
Yeah,
it's like just move on.
I mean, you're gonna go somewhere else where your views and contributions are respected. The way
Flamingo Land.
Please.
Shipping them around.
I listened to a podcast a couple of weeks ago, Drunk Riders, right, and they had the social media manager.
Josh Greenberg.
He's so good on social media, and to me, I'm like,
he is.
they're listening to him. He's got a lot of freedom, so to me, it's weird that they would be in a position higher up where it's like your ideas aren't getting listened to, because if the marketing people are getting listened to, that's normally a good sign, So I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it?
They're selling the ideas, aren't they? So like. Are they coming up with the first phase of the idea, or is the idea being pitched? We need something for this. You would know more about that.
But I think it's with these parks, right? They have to be so careful. Like management are so like, oh, you can't engage with like Universal and start having a little mini battle, even though it's all in good faith. Higher up see that as like, I'm not sure about this. So from my point of view, seeing SeaWorld management being so like on board with that type of marketing, it's quite a new kind of marketing. That gives me hope. But then it's like you see things like this. I don't know. It's a weird one.
It might have even been nothing. It might have just been, it's not for me, or they got a better opportunities for their career path. It could just be something like that. It could just
it's a big thing to move a role like that, though.
Yeah,
and get inducted, and to me that seems like a quick move.
Not unheard of, I don't think. No, it wouldn't be.
No,
it could just be something. It could be something very basic, or it might not be. It could be something more.
From looking online, they've the statement they put out was just personal issues.
So it might have been something.
It could be anything, really.
Could have been, It could have been anything. Yeah. Oh well.
But I'm sure. I'm hoping.
I don't know how much I believe that, but sure, it very well could be. It very well could be.
Personal issues.
It very well could be.
I'm personally really looking forward to finally getting on Iron Gwazi, but I'm sure Mikhail. Big Bird's tour bus will be open soon. I know you are really.
I get too upset.
Opening day.
I will sleep well tonight. knowing that I finally have a time frame to go ride this ride.
Just make sure round and round them.
Just make sure you don't dream about Big Bird, because
make sure Big Bird's not in the cupboard, mate. Before you go.
That feeling that Mikhail just had, I wish he could harness it, and we could all feel it for Flamingo Land and Lightwater Valley.
Yeah. I've
Jordan, hope you're doing well, mate.
Hello, Dan.
What's up, Dan?
Yes, mate.
Happy birthday for the other way, by the way, bro.
Happy birthday.
The other way.
The other way.
The other day, even.
Okay.
The other way.
Sorry, I'm 2 beers in. I apologize.
I'm
exactly the same.
Yeah, congratulations to Dan for 10k subs, man.
For 10k subs. Yeah.
Well done.
That's insane, mate.
Cheers. It's water, really, Dan. Don't worry. Don't panic.
Yeah, we're not.
That's not.
No, it's water.
Lamborghini with tequila mixed in, mate.
Even though you still can't drink it.
What? But talking about Sesame Street, right? I really want to see, like, after doing Port Ventura and seeing their area, I want to see how SeaWorld do it, because I really like that area in
it looks
Port
good,
Ventura.
doesn't it?
Apparently the one at SeaWorld Orlando is really good.
Yeah.
Apparently the one at SeaWorld Orlando is really good. Like, it's it seems like there's a lot of little like Easter eggs that you can pick out from like the buildings and like building windows and stuff. And yeah, it like
you're a hardcore fan.
If it like me, obviously.
Yeah.
All you can't see is the Big Bird poster behind him on the left. Like that.
There's a lot of eggs on this podcast.
Why do you think that?
We thoroughly scrambled them all.
The chain eggs podcast. No,
chain eggs.
The Duck Eggs podcast brought to you by Farm Fresh. Thank you.
What was that, Duck?
It's an organic podcast, guys.
Free range.
You know what's so funny is since putting all the podcasts on all the podcast and all the sites, there's an insane amount of dog walking podcasts, like dedicated to dog walking, not just dog.
Really?
Dog walking. That's something.
Is it you listen to it while walking your dog, or is it specifically about how to walk your dog?
Yeah, like
I was walking my dog.
Why
are you going over there? Get here! Why are you doing this shit in that corner? Get off that doorstep. That's what
I wanted chains and dogs. I didn't want this.
Yes,
it's a whole.
That shit ain't gonna fit in that bag. Never mind.
No, need to.
Well, eat that for me too tonight. No.
For fuck's sake, Sharon, why'd you give me a small bag?
This is an egg podcast.
£1.50 for 60 shit bags. No thanks. I'm going to Savers and get them for 40p.
I want to be able to feel it.
Morrison's carrier bag.
Is that what the podcast sounds like? Just like advice. Like, don't get the tennis balls from Poundland. Like the tennis balls are bad. Don't buy them from there. What you want to do is just a JD, get some Nike ones. They're great. You should always bring them back.
Free for a quid.
Advice on the best throwing sticks.
They're sponsored by Costco and get commission on people buying shit bags in bulk and shit.
By the way, guys, just if you didn't know, this show is sponsored by Pets at Home. So thanks very much for sponsoring.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Oh my god! Imagine.
I'm intrigued now. I want to actually find one of these dog walking.
Yeah, fuck you, Sean. You made me want to actually go.
It was Google Podcasts I was trying to search for. It wasn't coming up for ages, but like this dog walking podcast kept coming up, and I was like, "That is a niche." Dog walking.
I was wondering what talk about dogs.
Here we go. Sean's found his true calling.
Yeah, there it is.
Dan saying taking a dog's part of chain dogs, literally, I see.
That doesn't sound like too rough of a deal, does it? So.
No.
Oh, that was bad.
I don't know where the chain comes in. When the chain bit comes in, I don't want to know that.
No.
That's the dogging podcast.
Oh, that's my Tuesday podcast.
Don't give the secrets away, Aaron.
That's an absolute howler, that one.
Moving swiftly on to China.
Oh my god!
What dogs?
Of all
yeah, I was about to say that is actually a pretty good link.
Oh shit!
I've put the picture up because I'm dying behind that. Fuck.
Oh my god!
That
That could not have been timed better.
Guys, do not panic. We are professional.
Sean's disappeared. Like, he's left.
Sean's gone.
He's dying. He's like, what have I just said on the internet? Seriously.
Doris's Dogging Podcast.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You got any leeches for this? Moving on.
Yes, China.
This is where we need a moderator to move us on. Okay. Right. So. Oh god. A new Legoland park in Sichuan, China.
I'm glad you said that.
Possibly, right. Is possibly gonna be adding. I say adding. Park ain't open yet. Including family B&M. Well, B&M family invert.
Two things I've got to say for this. First off, I really, really hope that the supports are that Lego figure.
Same.
It is actually holding it, because that would be amazing.
That would be so cool.
Second, are we sure it's actually going to be B&M, considering it's China?
No, we aren't.
It's probably going to be
Golden Horse.
It's probably going to be a golden horse.
I will say though, China is the only. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. China is the only country that has B&M family inverts. So
I can't think of any.
I'm now checking. I'm fact checking you.
Yeah, fact check me on that. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It's also the only country that puts "Made in China" on their tut stuff. So, if we're spitting facts,
so that too. But so yeah, like I would if this was any Western country, I would probably like, no, it's probably not going to be a B&M. They just went with B&M track for the concept art, but the fact that it's a chart, like just
so that actually turned out to be B&M,
not again.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay, I think you're right. I mean,
it hasn't been confirmed yet, but.
Fucking highly likely.
Mikhail,
it looks like they are only in China.
String, mate. Thin bit of string, Mikhail.
But yeah, since it's in China where it's already been done, like I wouldn't immediately rule it out.
Actually, yeah, probably is gonna.
Yeah.
Craig, to us, I thought the chest into Mars was gonna be a golden horse.
It's not themed on Prime Yards, it's themed on the Amazon. Like,
I don't even know. Is the Legoland parks? Who owns the Legoland parks in China? Is that's not Merlin, is it? That's someone else, right?
Actually,
it would be the Legoland group.
Yeah,
Lego group.
Or the Lego. They're hell
the Lego group owns Merlin now, don't they?
Yeah. I was going to say, James.
No, they don't. The family who, like the family of the Lego family, have a private equity fund that own Merlin, not actual Lego themselves.
Okay,
but they're the umbrella, though.
Right.
It's kind of like they've got vested interests. Obviously, that's why Legoland is getting heavily invested in. But and that's why they bought it up. But it's not Lego itself, so it's different.
It's listed as it, isn't it? I can't remember seeing.
No,
somewhere.
it's not. I can't remember who it is, but the private, the fund, it's not under Lego. It's something else. I can't remember what it was.
Looks like the Legoland in China might actually be Merlin. Merlin Entertainment did the release for it.
Well, that's it then. So that to me that confirms that
announces it has entered into a partnership agreement with Global Zhejiang Cultural Tourism Development.
Nice one, James.
Say it, Sean. Say it.
To me, if that's Merlin, that confirms that the Chessington one is going to be B&M, I think.
I was just about to say that. Literally, just about to say that.
They're going to get a deal.
Like a multi-B&M
and the crowds go wild.
They'll have a deal.
It'll be a deal. I have heard that just like rumors of there being like a multi-attraction deal with B&M for Merlin.
More routers everywhere.
Hypercoaster.
Hey, Luke, you might be £10. You might be £10 richer soon.
Oh no, not might be. It's already on its way, isn't it?
Well,
Transferring
if
Instant bank transfer.
if Luke ever turns up to a park, he can have a few beers, can't he? That can be the there you
Beers
go.
on you, innit?
Yeah, we'll get a few rounds in.
Yeah, if I turn up.
And they're opening these really in quick succession. Like at the bottom, it just says, subject to future announcements, Legoland Sichuan will be Merlin's 11th Legoland park following the announcement of Legoland New York, which is scheduled to open 2020.
New York,
Legoland Korea 2022, and this one
is it already open?
It's already open, yeah.
Oh, did I miss that?
In July, I think, or June.
So it probably delayed till this year rather than last year because of
that will never happen.
COVID.
Hyper at Fob.
Oh yeah, that won't happen.
I mean,
too many planes, bro.
Yeah, from what I know, they're not allowed to build above stealth. Like that was the highest height restriction that they would be given.
How tall is stealth? 200? No.
205.
205. Mako is 200 feet.
Yeah, but isn't the drop further down?
No.
Oh,
not that I'm aware of.
So they could do it.
Is it not?
Double check that. I might be wrong, but I mean, when I wrote it, it didn't look like there was an elevation change. And Orlando's flat. Orlando's flat.
200 feet. 200 feet. Yeah. 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 Wow.
So yeah,
I thought it was higher than that.
It's 200. I think Candemonium's 200 as well.
Wow.
Candemonium.
I don't know. I can't see them getting.
No trims. It'll be full of trims, won't it?
Oh, let's not start about trims.
Don't
get them started, please.
Not sure you'll want it though. No, because it'll be full of trims.
Speaking of trims, I had a trim recently.
I'm getting a trim tomorrow.
Just the trim.
So,
that's it.
Talking about Legoland, so today I was at Legoland to film the unveiling of a new Mythica creature. You know, the Lego creatures.
Wow!
And it's by a 9-year-old girl design. It was a competition they ran.
Wow!
Wow!
Awesome.
Everyone send in drawings.
Yeah.
And it got picked. I was trying to find it just a minute ago, but I've got it on my computer, but I can't find the actual image to put up. But it was amazing. It was really, really cool, and it was such a nice story because it was. You've got in Mythica now. They've unveiled it today. It was on Good Morning Britain. Mm-hmm. So I was actually like waiting for them to finish the live broadcast to then go and do the filming. But they unveiled it live on air, and she's got a plaque there saying Zoe, age 9, and it was just a really cool like little idea.
Nice.
And it's just I can't wait until you guys can see it. I think it will be up soon. People start posting about it, but it just fits in perfectly. But yeah,
nice.
Because I've been reading that live today.
Nice.
I thought I'd mention that. So
yeah, man.
Mythica is a brilliant. Like I keep banging on about it, but
I can't wait. I'm gonna see it next month. I can't wait. It looks so good. Just to reply to Trims in the chat, Candemonium is 210 feet. That's my mistake. It is 210 feet, but Mako is 200 feet. So
see, I cannot remember these things. Like I don't get how people can remember.
I'm saying, don't worry about it.
It was basically my job to remember this stuff when I was a kid. I treated it like I was getting paid to remember. It's like my mind is finally tuned to just remember random coasters.
I feel like when you hit 30, like you can't retain any new information. It's really hard.
You can do it. It takes a lot of effort, but you can.
Yeah.
Speaking about that type of competition, I reckon companies should do more of that. That kind of thing's awesome. It's good publicity for them, but that person's gonna have memories for the rest of their life for that. You know, it's really nice, isn't it?
It's a win-win. It's a win-win because it's like you say, it's publicity for the park. It gets them out there in the news and stuff, but also, it's like a really nice thing to do. And when you run these competitions, like lots of people enter them, and it just increases that interest in it. I'd like to see more parks do that sort of stuff. Like how someone can just enter a competition to put like something in the park, like sort of like put their mark in a park somewhere, whether it's a new area or something like that. Would be really cool.
Some parks need to do it for theming. They'll probably get better theming ideas.
Hey, right.
Oh, God.
Right.
So it's what else we got? Is that the lot?
The last bit of news that I had was SeaWorld in Abu Dhabi.
Looks
a bunch
events.
Of new concept art was released recently for this new SeaWorld park in Abu Dhabi that's due to open in 2022.
It is, and I've got some more information about that.
It looks fucking incredible.
It does.
So
that ravine one there that we're showing now is like a split in between two rock walls.
Yeah, that looks
so fucking amazing.
So good. It looks so good.
So the stats that have come out of it, basically, once completed, it will actually be the world's largest aquarium. It's going to be home to 68,000 marine animals. And the main window, which you just mentioned there, call it an endless vista, will be 65 feet tall and will showcase many different levels of both plant life and marine life as well. So
that is another level, isn't it? Like,
65 feet.
65 feet high.
Size of the building.
Think about how much water that glass is holding back.
Yeah.
65 feet tall. Jesus.
That's scary, isn't it?
Sounds like a disaster film waiting to happen.
It does.
Will be in that.
But that glass is probably going to be at least a foot thick or more.
Oh, it's got to be easy on it.
On that picture there's a roller coaster.
Yep. It's supposed to be an intimate blitz.
It looks huge.
Wow.
A lot more so along the same lines as Cheetah Hunt than Velocicoaster.
Yeah, aimed at families, right? So.
Yeah. But as far as I'm aware, it's supposed to be from Intamin. Yeah,
that's very long.
Beautiful that building is though as well. Like it's so nice. Like the mural on the side looks amazing.
Construction is apparently already underway for it as well, so that's really cool.
Yep.
What's all
according to this article I found, it is 64% complete.
Wow.
As far as I'm reading.
That's incredible.
What's all the river type bits at the front? Is that
it looks like a water park.
Yeah, like a lazy river, and then
because it goes into the building, doesn't it? Look, it goes into the building, a couple of different places.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be water park, theme park, and giant aquarium.
Wow. That is a Jaws movie waiting to happen, right?
Has it got any indoor rides or?
Probably.
I don't know.
Indoor coaster. Imagine an indoor coaster going through that.
Oh, that'd be insane.
Like an underwater tunnel.
Oh, they could easily do that. That's the thing. Because there was that water park. I can't remember what country it is. I feel like it might be Tenerife.
Siam Park.
Tenerife.
It's like a vertical drop water slide, and you go through a acrylic tunnel through a shark tank.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
The Volcano Bay or something similar, doesn't it?
There's one of those at Aquatica. There's one of those at Aquatica.
There's no animals in Volcano Bay.
No, there isn't.
It's just yeah.
There's body slides in Aquatica next to SeaWorld Orlando that has transparent tunnels where you go through, and I think it's a dolphin pool it goes through.
I think that's what I've seen. That's what I'm thinking of. That one,
there you go.
Aquatica has dolphin plunge.
But let's talk about this coaster. I mean, that is big. That's long.
This is a podcast about roller coasters, after all.
Yeah, it's a lot of coaster, isn't it? The chainfish.
Yeah. Look at all that track.
The chainfish. Someone I know actually made a no limits recreation of what this coaster is supposed to be, and it looks, legitimately fun. Yeah, recreational. No limits drugs apparently.
It looks. That's the thing that's the thing that stuck out to me when I saw it was how long that looked. Like that was.
That's what I just.
Long.
But I mean, I don't. Obviously, I don't know for sure how similar it will be to Cheetah Hunt, but Cheetah Hunt is quite long as an experience. Obviously it's not like one of the best like blitzes or anything like that. It's just aimed at families. But I mean, it's still
got a lot of love. A lot of people really like that. I know
Yeah.
A lot of people say it's overrated, but a lot of people, I think it's a little bit like Icon, where it's kind of like people are pretty split on it.
A little bit, yeah. Do you know what? Do you know what gets me about? Yeah. Do you know what gets me about Cheetah Hunt is that a lot of people say that it like fell short of expectations and like it was not anywhere near as good as it was maybe expected to be. Let me not say a lot of people, like just some people I've heard have said that, and I'm like, ooh. I've only like from when that was getting constructed, my sort of like impression of that coaster was it was supposed to be a family coaster.
Yeah. I do think people
did I hear that wrong?
I think people need to check their expectations a bit though with things and really look at what it's actually meant to be. Definitely,
Yeah, 100%. Like,
check your expectations, peeps. Always have really low ones. And everything's a laugh. And you can enjoy Rita, mate, if you have your expectations through the floor. You can enjoy anything. You can even enjoy Spinball.
Nah, that's falling.
To be fair,
whoa. What did you just say? You can enjoy
Joe said Spinball's
your mouth.
Joe said Spinball's just horrible. It's something. I don't know.
I was going to say, no, there's no need for Spinball.
You blatantly said on one of my vlogs, just tear it down, mate. Just tear it down.
Get rid of Spinball. Get rid of Spinball. It's just needs to get.
Honestly, it's not going to be wet.
It's right. You look at it. It's
not going to be wet.
We got a fight on here.
Spinball is good.
I like Spinball. It's good.
If you get the right weight distribution on Spinball, you can get some really good rides.
Oh hell yeah!
Some really good rides.
We learned that from
I've done the research.
Right?
I've done the research.
Expectations with Spinball. That's what you need to do. Check your expectations, wrap them up, leave them at the door, right?
Luke, remember that ride we had on Dragon's Fury?
Oh, we broke that fucking ride, man. We broke that ride.
We actually
Dragon's Fury is. I always think Dragon's Fury is better than Spinball.
I prefer Dragon's Fury.
I've heard a lot of people say that.
Yeah,
I'm getting on Dragon's Fury. I'm getting on Dragon's Fury for the first time next month as well.
Spinball's rubbish.
I will be conducting research.
I love it. If you get, like you say, if you get the right weight distribution on Dragon's Fury, that is
crazy.
So intense.
Yeah,
it's
the ride
the most intense. Like
I've seen some videos, and it's like I kind of a part of me feels like Mara didn't intend for those cars to be spinning.
No.
Nope.
Me and Joe went on it. Me and Joe last time we went on it. It was a really quiet day. It was just two of us on one side. And we just span the entire time around.
That's how they were batching them for the longest time, weren't they? Like,
just
they weren't putting two groups together. Just like, so if you got like two of you in a group, you were getting a car to yourself.
Even on a full train, like that first drop is like. It's pretty forceful.
Yeah, the ride that Luke and I had.
Really good.
In all honesty, right, I look at Spinball though, and I think I really want to ride Ultimate VR experience right now. Honestly, that's honestly what I think.
Literally, I live a 4-hour drive away. Like, why go all the way down there when I could just go to Lightwater? It's 45 minutes away, and I could just put on a VR headset, and it's like I'm there.
I could just sit at home.
You could also just nip into
myself money on petrol. What do you mean?
You go into the shopping centre in Leeds and get the same fucking experience. Like, quite literally.
Yeah.
Just go down White Rose.
Go to PC World and try it.
Just do what Sean did, right? A coat downstairs or something, you know.
Park's still theme park. Yeah, there it is.
The problem, the thing is, like, with Spinball, right? It's very noisy. That's what annoys me. It's really like all the Morrison.
How did you get away with that?
But this is the thing. This is what I'm going to say. If they tore that down, they wouldn't put anything. They wouldn't put a new coaster there. Like it'd be an expansion of CBeebies, if anything. So I'm like, tear it down, but we're not getting anything new. And because that was originally installed as a temporary planning permission sort of thing.
Yeah,
it was never designed to be there.
Can't you?
You can tell. You
can, to be honest. But I'd miss it. I would actually I do forget about it when I go to Towers. I've got to say, I sometimes pass it and I go, oh yeah, that's there. But yeah, I'd miss it if it actually went. So
I think if anything, no, obviously, as you said, I think it would be an expansion of CBBS, but they could still potentially replace it with, I don't know, say another family coaster maybe, just to kind of sort of fill that gap and obviously give the people that are visiting CBBS that next step up, maybe. I don't know.
What I want them to do is to bring the driving school down from where, David Williams is now. Cuckoo, well, it's still Cuckoo, isn't it, up there? Bring that down to where Spinball is, and then expand that the bit up where David Williams' world is. I think
that will make perfect sense. Perfect sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it separates that whole area, and I don't like the fact that you can't. It's really difficult to get through from where Hex is. Through that little underpass. It's really confusing. Like,
I don't know why they've done that. I genuinely, why would they bring in the world of David Williams and still leave that sat there like that? It just makes no sense at all to me.
Speaking of that, where are they meant to put that historical bit for the towers?
Inside the towers themselves.
So do you reckon that's why the chapel bit's been closed? Do you reckon they install and get that?
Good point. Very good point. It could be the case, maybe. I don't know.
No.
But yeah.
What's that? I missed this. What's this? The historical? Is it like a little museum?
They would do like a mini tour, like historical thing.
Oh yeah.
Towers. I can't remember what it was.
It was announced back in 2019.
They used to do that years ago, didn't they? Where it's just you have a tour guide and you just go around.
But this was announced as like an installation, right?
It's like a proper exhibition, basically, a toured exhibition. Wow. So you would get walked through the exhibition and get told about the history of the towers and sort of all of that jazz, basically.
That can't be until next year now, though, because surely they'll be shutting it soon for Scarefest.
I would imagine it's probably.
We know the attic's coming back, so that will be.
That's all still there.
It is.
Because you can see where the door is, the exit is and stuff. But I bet it's going in the chapel because that's been closed the whole season, really.
Yeah, maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So. All right, so Behemoth has sent us a construction photo of the SeaWorld in Abu Dhabi. If you guys want to see it.
Thank you, Trims.
Thank you very much.
Well, how about that?
That's good. That's
a coaster there.
Yeah.
How about that?
That is a coaster there.
That is a coaster.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gee, it's actually reality. Wow. Okay, that's
concept art coming to life.
They actually went through with the concept art, guys.
Yeah, London Resort. Take note. Look at that. Like,
is that like a bunch of flats just behind it? Imagine living hotels.
Yeah,
probably hotels.
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome looking.
Speaking of London Resort, James, what's going on considering it's in your back garden? What's happening down there at the moment? Anything to report?
Not much in terms of like planning permission and stuff, but they did recently put out a kind of press release basically asking for local businesses to become suppliers and stuff. So kind of bidding for, I'm assuming that's construction supply, but also kind of like food. That kind of stuff.
I was going to say like food outlets and stuff.
That'd be awesome. Can I supply myself just to help them out?
You
not saying I'm a business or anything.
Please
supply Rita memorabilia. Mate. Just send them Rita memorabilia. It'd be right.
Let me work for you.
And me.
I really hope London Resort have even if it's like a little flat ride just called the Jumping Spider. That'd be hilarious.
Oh my god! Black Widow.
At the moment, there is. They are still going through the ecological reports and stuff. All that's going through.
The challenge. We could do a dark ride just for the all this what's happening before it's actually built. Just like the tour through
all of this is happening because it's now been declared as SSSI. I was trying to remember the amount of S's.
Yeah, that's nothing, mate.
Yeah,
I'm an SSSI, whatever it is. That's
a specific scientific interest.
Yeah, look at me. No idea what's going on here.
Neither have we.
It's definitely getting built, mate. It's definitely getting built, and it's going to open up, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be like
I do hope
universal.
I've got to say, I'm on Aaron with this one. I can see it happening now.
Get off me!
I think that's not literally.
Jesus, you scared me to death. Then.
Oh, sorry if you're there.
Where's that?
I can see it happening.
Literally on Aaron.
Oh god, I've missed you. I've missed you, Aaron. I've missed you.
Yeah, same.
I've missed you.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
I think the London Resort will happen. I just fear that it's going to be like less than what is. It's always going to be less than what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it probably is.
My
it's
one
still going to
worry
be more
is,
than the Merlin Park, though. It's got to be
I don't know, man. Like I at the minute, I feel like I reckon
Give over.
I reckon it will be done in stages. I reckon what will happen is they will go, okay, we're doing first phase, and the first phase will be, like I said before, bowling alley, Cineworld, Nando's, and shopping centre.
So
and then it might, and then if it gets
massive Sports Direct on the top floor.
Oh yes, please.
They already did say in the consultation stuff that they sent out. So I think they're doing the kind of entertainment venue, that middle section, and gate 1. So they've actually got the park split into 2 halves, gate 1 on one side, gate 2 on the other. They're doing gate 1 first, and gate 2 will come a few years later.
I just feel like it will be less than that, though. I hope it's not.
It genuinely could just be the entertainment alley.
Why would it be less?
I feel like they might build that, the big stadium they're on about, and then it will just become like another like O2 Arena type of thing. It could, hopefully not, but they could build it all and just be like, okay, we're just stuck with this building now. Like we can't get past the other planning stages, but we'll just have to see what happens. The issue I have is that not to put it on a downer, but we have just come through like this whole lockdown and stuff. Like a recession will hit soon. Like it will hit. It won't be. It might not be next year, but it might be in a couple of years' time when suddenly it's like, okay, we've got to like cut loads of stuff. So it's one of them. It's like I've got hope. I think if it was any other period in time, it would definitely be being built. But
you have to be realistic, don't you?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think they'll put all the infrastructure in to do something where it's going to be rivaled by Blue Water, isn't it? If they're just going to put entertainment and shops where it's not. What's the point? They're not going to do it.
What you have to remember is that like the people behind this have put in probably millions of pounds already, just to get
to this
point. So there's no way they would just be like, well, we can't build a theme park, so we won't bother. They'll be like, okay, we've got to get something back. Yeah, this is my only thing. And this is where they start going. Yeah.
A museum on the jumping spiders around the world.
The person that's heading the company actually owns Ebbsfleet Football Ground nearby. He's a multi-millionaire from Dubai, France. I think. No, it's I think it might be Dubai. But yeah, he's put a lot of money. He's put a lot of money into it already.
It always gives me vibes. This whole project has always given me vibes of like John Broome and the power station. What was it?
Alton Towers Park.
Battersea. So like it gives me that type of vibes where it's a bit different because obviously Battersea it was an existing building. It had to have like structural work done to it. But sometimes it just give me that where it's like, okay, well, multi-millionaire, that's cool. But in the grand scheme of things, a multi-millionaire trying to build a theme park is still like a drop in the ocean. You still got to rely on investors heavily on investors and stuff. So.
Yeah, but the amount of infrastructure they're putting in, right? Like a ferry terminal, is it? Like a train station terminal, restructuring the road system. That's a lot of effort and work to go in for nothing. They're not going to. They can't just do nothing or something like that. Because why would you get that?
I hope so. I hope not. I hope
that's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
And the spider thing, that's just a drop in the well. That's not going to make much of a difference. Looking at a conservation stance, I don't think they don't have to do much.
Wasn't that from years ago? Though?
Yeah, that was when it was. That's when it's going to be like Paramount Park. I think.
Yeah. And then for some reason just got dug back up again.
It's one of them things. It's one of them things that probably local residents who are against it just jump on that bandwagon because they're just like, yeah, we can get behind this, and this is a desperate last attempt.
You also get local conservation biologists,
it like that, James?
Entomologists looking at these areas all the time, So it's not just going to be that; it's going to be people finding this. This would have been in a research paper from something,
James, what is the local vibe on this project?
From everyone that I've spoken to, they're actually.
Let's just make this clear to people who are listening for the first time. James lives literally 15 minutes away from this project, so
yeah, it's on his front doorstep, basically.
Yeah, it's in his driveway.
His address is.
Everyone I've spoken to is actually kind of like interested in the project. Feels like it will bring quite a boost of economy to the area. Obviously, there are reservations. Not so much with the kind of ecological impact. It's more kind of traffic and transport infrastructure, how that's going to cope with it.
How's it going to affect their day-to-day?
But that's the thing. There's a lot of road infrastructure already being done around the areas that, like, they're building a new bridge at one of the junctions that is literally would be one of the junctions that serves it.
Yeah.
So it's not directly linked to that because it was needing to be done anyway. But,
but the work's already there.
There's stuff already getting put into place, and they have a really good access. They basically have a straight shot from Ebbsfleet International Train Station straight onto the site.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So if they want to do a shuttle from Ebbsfleet International to the park, they can literally build a straight road onto the park.
Right there waiting for them.
It's a perfect location.
It's good news, isn't it? It's good news. All this is good news. It's a bit like not being used, right? If you can turn it into jobs for that local area and making the infrastructure better as well, then it's just good news. There's nothing bad in that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just jobs at the end of the day. Like, jobs are good for any like local economy. So I'm just,
it's estimated that 48,000 direct and indirect jobs will be created by it by 2038.
Yeah. I mean, there you go, and it's worth doing it to actually put that back into our economy as well.
Hands up, who's applying for jobs there?
And half of those jobs will come from local communities as well.
Which is good.
I'm definitely hoping to get the video jobs. I'll definitely put in a tender for them.
I think I'll apply for marketing just to see how we get on.
See, the rate these CEOs are going, mate, I'm going to put in for something high up.
Go for chairman of the board. Fuck it.
Yeah, why not?
Everything will turn into a scare base if he does that.
Mate, I've heard this really good idea. Ultimate VR roller coaster. Hang on. Ultimate VR roller coaster.
What have I come back to?
Could you imagine if that's what we get?
Aaron's now the new CEO of London Resort. That's what you've walked back into.
Oh, wow.
Everything's just turned to a bunch of
Rita clones for everyone. You're welcome.
Sounds like it's gone to shit.
Yeah, Luke, I'll send you a really quick
sure.
thing.
What are you sending me on?
What's easiest, Discord or
Facebook?
We're seeing a bit of behind the scenes here, guys. Hang with us.
We need
on Facebook,
What do you guys think of the London Resort?
Anything goes on the Chain Dogs podcast.
Let us know in the chat. And as always, guys, get them questions in. And if you want to leave some questions on this video as well, we will get to them next week in next week's show.
I've got something else actually. I don't know about I don't know about you guys, but what's up, Luke? Did you want to?
I'm showing this literally now.
All right, yeah, it's fine.
and then we can go for what you wanted to talk about. No problem. Here it goes. There you go.
So yeah, what I was saying about transport links in the red box is Ebbsfleet International Train Station. It's about a 15-minute train journey from the centre of London.
You can get Eurostar to that stop as well, can't you?
And you can get Eurostar, so it's got international connection. That yellow is the site for London Resort.
So
they can literally the station go like the track towards London goes into a tunnel just underneath the resort.
Little dot on the top left. That's why the Rita clone's going, guys.
So in terms of
two of them are going there, they're dueling.
In terms of them being able to set up infrastructure for kind of getting congestion off roads, there's great public transport links that they can build to it.
What do you think the likelihood of, like, in the future of them, where Thorpe can just build into the lake? Do you think they'd ever be able to build into the River Thames, or is it like?
I don't think they would. It's a very just opposite to the right. You can see it is Tilbury Docks. big major cargo hub, and further up you've got London docks as well.
I'll tell you what though. If they get it's probably just pipe dream on my part, but if they get a good enough ride or attraction skyline going on, the views from the other side of the Thames will be fucking beautiful.
Even though it is just dockyards, which is quite funny.
UK Cedar Point.
Well, yeah.
We'll call it UK Point.
But that site is a lot bigger than it looks on
That's
maps.
my first decision.
Yeah.
It's called UK Point. It's all Rita Point, mate.
Rita Point.
Yeah, that site is a lot bigger than it looks on maps. So
it is. Yeah, you're right.
Huge. Yeah, definitely. Right, Mikhail, what did you want to touch on quickly?
Oh, I was just going to say, speaking of good connections at this, potentially good connections at this place, international connections. Just like an awareness of travel restrictions opening up. It's now a little bit easier for us to get out to European countries for those who are trying to do some park trips. I know Mark Yates from Pleasure Beach Experience just recently went over to Germany and got in a few parks. I think he went to what was it? I know what it was. What was it? Holiday Park, Tripsdrill, and Phantasialand. He just went over there, and if anyone is in the Pleasure Beach Experience Facebook group as well, he broke down his entire process of, with like the COVID-19 testing they had to have in place and do all the forms, the passenger locator form that he would have had to fill out as well. Said it was a really easy experience for him. That's not to say that it'll be an easy experience for everybody who does it, who goes out there, but it was easy for him. But yeah, like he's just commenting in the chat now, Germany was easy to get to. But yeah, it seems like
Steel
like
Vengeance.
some I don't know about all that, but some European park trips are possible for us now, like moving forward over the next couple of months.
Me and Joe have Barcelona booked for like next month, so it's like our kind of like our mini moon, we're calling it, because we're saving up for a bigger trip when we can go to America. We want to do like a road trip type of thing, but we're just going to do a mini thing over in Barcelona and do Portaventura. And it's just so bizarre because we have to do the PCR tests in Barcelona 3 days. I think it's like 3 days before we leave. So we're in Barcelona, we go do a PCR test, and then we get to Portaventura, and then we can go home. And to me, that makes no sense because we're going to a theme park. You could pick up anything from there. It's the most risky thing. And so it's a bit weird, like how, we're going to go to a place in Barcelona to do a PCR test, pay for them, get them done. But then we just go to a very busy theme park for the weekend, and then we can just get straight on a flight back home. Don't have to isolate or anything like that. So, I mean, obviously we're responsible. So when we get back, we'll probably quarantine for a few days, doing the lateral flow tests and make sure we're not just spreading it around. But there's not many people going to be like that, is there? I personally know quite a lot of stags that are going abroad and things, and they're
honestly, I cannot wait
till going back to work on Monday. Yeah.
I can't wait till all this pestilent stuff is over with. I don't know about you, but I can't wait till it's all done.
Really can't wait.
Definitely. Sean, when you do come back from Spain, it would be nice if you could tell us on a future podcast like what the process was. Yeah. Like take us through it step by step so then people can get a good vibe on how to get out to Spain. Because
for sure.
At the moment it's very confusing. Like there's so many different companies doing so many different things, and countries requiring different tasks that you need to do basically to get into the country to get home.
I wouldn't even know where to start if I was.
No, I honestly like I know Thrill Nation.
I'm waiting.
I was literally just about to say Thrill Nation provided some really useful information on Twitter.
Yeah, Dean dean of that Thrill Nation. Thrill Nation, fantastic page, by the way, guys, and thrillnation.co.uk. Make sure you go and check them out. They did a big in-depth piece, and they will answer questions on social media as well. So if you do have any questions, I would reach out to them, because they fucking get everywme year. Like
every weekend they're on
a really
flight
good friend of
somewhere.
mine, and me and James were good friends with Austin for ages, and we were trying to like plan trips to FARP and stuff, and she's like, well, I'm in Germany that day, and then we're in France the day after, and then we're in Sweden, and then we're back to FARP, and then we're going somewhere else. Like, Jesus Christ, like they're so busy, like Formation.
Yeah.
So they've definitely got experience in this field. So yeah, do check them out.
I think the issue with it is any information you get today is likely to change tomorrow.
Could change tomorrow.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you can you can listen to someone's stuff on Facebook, but you have to always make sure that I know everyone will do anyway, but you always have to make sure you go and just make sure everything's done, because you don't want to get stuck in country. Because the real risk at the minute for me is like, yes, it seems easy, but we all have to remember that if you get COVID, if you actually do get, like, I know a lot of people who are getting COVID right now, like personal friends and stuff. If you get COVID in another country, you're probably risking about £2,000 to have to stay in that country in one of these hotels. Yeah. So it's a massive gamble. So even if you're like, we can do it, it's like, you've got to remember, like, you've got to make sure that you've got the funds to potentially be stuck in a country for like 10 days in one of these hotels, because you will have no choice. You'll have to do that if you unfortunately do pick it up. It's a real risk right now. So this is I've heard of someone
you can see the money grabs from companies trying to take advantage of the vulnerable as well.
I personally think I think we should be testing, but I also think from my point of view, these PCR tests are a massive money grab.
Why can't we just
100%? 100%.
Why can't you take the NHS test? Like we all have.
How is like I was saying, like,
how is it any different?
I'm taking a PCR test 3 days before. Like, what? I'll take a PCR test that now secures me from not getting COVID. And this is another thing as well. People need to remember, like, this is a massive confusion with vaccines. Like, I'm double jabbed. A lot of us here are double jabbed.
I am. I am.
You will still get COVID. You will still get COVID. You will still get it.
You just got less chance to die.
It stops the symptoms happening. That's all.
It doesn't stop you getting COVID.
I don't know where this confusion came from. That vaccines all of a sudden just eradicate the virus.
I think it's because of the whole thing where we did at one point eradicate smallpox and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there's
been some cases. It was the same with polio. It was the same with polio. Like there's been cases where the virus the vaccine is targeting has been eradicated.
Yeah,
but the vaccine has never been made with the objective of eradicating the virus.
It's just misinformation. That's never been the case. And news and all sorts. That's what it is.
Because the thing is, like, viruses like this and the flu just mutate too much too quickly. You're still gonna get some form of it.
I think I was listening to the news. I was listening to the news today on the radio, and because New Zealand,
we won't go too far into. We won't go too deep into.
The one case in New Zealand.
There was one case in New Zealand, and then they've like put the entire country in lockdown.
I saw that.
And it was so weird because like even the news was saying like, oh, now the question of vaccines have come into question, and I'm like, why is the news saying this? Like, why is the news taking that spin on it? And then it's really bizarre, because I'm like, why isn't the news themselves that they played a sound clip of like politicians in New Zealand saying, it doesn't mean you're not going to get it, but why isn't the news like saying like, oh, there's confusion about this? I just find it really bizarre. Really bizarre. Okay.
Right. What else?
Let's move on. I think that is that the lot.
Yeah.
I think
that's
a lot.
That's it. That's all we had.
That's sad.
But yeah, like I just wanted to end it on well, and not necessarily end it, but like I just wanted to include just how
a few hours.
Yeah, it seems like, you know, some park trips could be on the, like some international parks, some European park trips could be on the cards if, like, for the next couple of months. There's still a couple months left of the season. It's still possible to get out there in the next couple of months. I know I'm looking at it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking at it.
And there's a lot of European parks that will open up through like our close season as well. So there's still that possibility there as well.
Or you can always go to Flamingo Land.
Yeah.
Oh, screw that.
Don't depress me.
Nah. I'm all right.
I think for me,
Cray for coasters. I was just gonna say, Cray for coasters. I know he put this in the chat earlier on.
He really wants to know this.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't keep a ride count.
Hundreds of Wicker Man, mate.
Thousands of Nemesis.
This, by the way, this is Sophia. This is Sophia. This is. So yeah, what's your highest ride count on any coaster?
Yeah, the only ones I know of are I have more than this. I have more than this now, but in 2018 I got 12 rides over the course of 1.5 days on Fury 325. I got 10 rides on Lightning Rod. That's it. That's all I know.
The only thing that I can say is like
Stealth,
Stealth. Yeah, like I got 28 rides on Stealth at an ERT before the park even opened.
I don't count. I enjoyed the ride.
Yeah.
So
I don't log it. Let's log that ride.
I don't. Yeah, this is the thing. I think.
Wow.
I think this question is on about like lifetime, and it's.
Yeah, I don't count that.
I've been riding Nemesis, for example, since I was a teenager. I'm 30 now.
I've
probably got thousands of rides on that.
Yeah,
across 3 days last year at Alton Towers, I think I got 17 on Nemesis. That's not even a lot for 3 days.
I couldn't even begin to think how much I've been on Nemesis in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Every ride, basically.
Or even Rita, you know.
Just every coaster.
My life.
Like,
the funny thing is when you put it like that, I think the ultimates for me, because
yeah.
So the ultimate VR experience.
The ultimate podcast.
The actual ultimate coaster. You know, the
brought to you by Ultimate VR
Ultimate Coaster
2021.
Ultimate VR egg experience.
VR egg.
All your egg chances come true.
Oh, we shouldn't say egg. We're doing a disservice.
Repressed memory. Have you seen that Family Guy episode?
Yeah.
Where's the radio show? Repressed memory.
Dun, dun, dun.
Shout out to Family Guy again. That's a second.
If they put this like ultimate thing outside the ultimate, though, that'd be like massive kick.
That would be the ultimate piss.
Someone's done it on
baby.
It's
sad
in
thing
the
is, there's
station
actually
building.
an arcade under the ultimate station. So yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
There actually
I
is.
bet that's where it is.
There actually is an arcade under the orbit. It wouldn't even surprise me if it was there as well.
Plot twist, it's on the lift hill.
It's in the station. You sat in the train. You sat in the train in the station with a VR headset on. The train don't fucking move. You're just there with a headset on.
If he was in charge of like social media,
shaking the train like this, like moving.
Right, guys, just imagine, right? This is all like a stunt, right? And actually, they're opening the ultimate, and that's going to be the end goal. But this is just like a stunt. And when people go,
I love your positivity, awesome. Aaron. Oh,
that'd be awesome.
If only that was the case.
Aaron, you really are the best of us.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Ray of sunshine.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a unicorn and rainbow.
Taste the Skittles, bitch.
On that note, this has been the Duck Podcast. Thank you. Good night.
Someone else can sign off tonight.
I don't know. You're the pro at this.
For fuck's sake! Right, okay, right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for everyone in the chat, all of you who have you popped up on the screen there in the comments. If you do have any questions for us on this episode, please do leave them. Please do check out the clips throughout the week on the channel as well. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell as well. Like all the videos on the channel. Follow us on the social media in the links below. listen. If you're listening on Spotify and Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts, hopefully, get your ass over here 8 p.m. on a Wednesday. We're live. We'll take questions live. Get a topic in. We'll talk about it.
Come talk coasters with us. Be silly with us. We need more people.
Yeah.
Come on. That's what we need. More silliness. Yeah.
Give us more views so we'll get paid more. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Mate, I got sweet, mate. We
need that 2p.
We need that 2p.
I need that egg on toast, egg on bread, mate.
End
egg. This is literally egg the podcast.
Eggy bread.
Egg.
Go on.
That's exactly what we need.
We out.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you guys so much for
We are the Train Dogs podcast. See you next week. See you, everyone.
Indeed.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.